What's going on, Soul Light Tribal community? I just want to share my personal experience with you, and as I continue to go through my individual inner healing process, that goes into the terms of oneness, peaceful peace, and also homework. You know, it's continued been a beautiful, great, long, extensive, continued search, and I'm not gonna say it's at, I'm not gonna say it's at its end yet, but so when I had a moment earlier today, and I continue to aim for to have a meditation practice or meditation time frame slot in general. I had a moment when I was meditating, and I did my my little thing. I lit up my incense, some incense I briefly got from the International Reefers Farmers Market over here in Atlanta, Georgia. Got some incense from most like India, and it was a meditation incense that was from Malaysia, sent. And when I had that moment, I had a beautiful, great connection with my ancestors. Besides communicating to them day-to-day basis, but also recently did a beautiful, great medical property herbal help offering of in reference of Thanksgiving for their lives and for the many things they have been through, but also for whatever's passed on to my beautiful, great, beautiful, natural mortal being, but also in my spirit, in the spirit and truth. They say worship in spirit and truth unto the beautiful, great kingdom of heaven overall. But when I asked a question, two of my ancestors, ancient ancestors, came to me, and I was asking some serious questions because I met somebody recently, a beautiful great queen from Africa, from the Congos, and she asked me. She said, "Do you know what your tribe is?" And that was a serious question. And I said, "I know that I'm in contact right now with my ancestors, but so far the information has not yet been revealed to me." And to be honest, I never really inquired about it, but it is a curiosity in me by all means. So I did inquire, and today was that's the answer that I was very amazed. So I recorded in my little journal, and one of my answers came to me, and they came to me of a masculine being of color. It's not probably too much in care about in the spirit about color, but this spirit briefly appeared to me in color, and very relatable, of course. I'm naturally color, of course. And I asked him, I say, okay, my first boundaries were that if you're not here to help me, if you're here to harm me, or you're not healthy, I'm not. If it's not going to be a good, healthy connection for me to connect with you, or for us to connect and bond together, then by all means we don't need to communicate. And that was exactly what the spirit, my ancestors, directly did. They respected that. They actually was open to that boundary. And what the answer came to, he said, my ancestor told me specifically said, "You are from the African tribe of the rainforest." Now, I do want to let you know the setting actually was a rainforest, because when I was in this meditation, not necessarily a trance, but in this meditation connection within myself, I was wondering. I said, "Wow, this is not America, because I don't. There's nothing that looks familiar about America here." And not saying I had America in my mind, but that was not necessarily there. So come to find out, and then another spirit came, which is a woman, and I asked her who was that, and she revealed herself, and she said, "I'm your ancestor, and you're a woman." And they was dressed, they was shirtless, except for the woman. So she kind of had like a little leaf bra on, and come to find out when I did my research, I was just reading out, and I was still asking questions. Say, okay, I know there could be many tribes from Africa, as far as like the rainforest. Is there a specific tribe I need to look for? And that's when my answer revealed to me when he said, "You will know. Basically, we will inform you as you continue your search." So come to find out, when I finished meditation, I did my overall research. Come to find out, I actually found out that I was from the Mubuti tribe. Buti tribe. And this is just ancient history. So it's like the ancient wise saying, with all I get and get understanding from ancient scripture. And I know I was originally taught Christianity from the American perspective, but my ancestors knew the Most High, was already in tune with the spirit of life, the spirit of nature already before Christianity, before that slavery, before the colonialism occurring in Africa, and all these things taking place and root and deep, and still to this present very day is still going on. So, this is a very good information to let us know, beings of color, and us know in the black community, people of color community, that I know the conscious movement is wonderful, and it's great, and it's inspiring, and it just makes you want to be aware, rise your awareness. But the reality is that we can do all these motions and do all these things. And one thing also I specifically said on the connection with my ancestors, that I don't want to entertain no false ideas. I don't want to be entertaining false connections. I don't even want to experience that. So please let this be concrete. Let it be valid. Because this so when you think about it, You know, that's something that we all need in the color community, because we're most likely the people of color are the only people who have, yes, been through much endurance, but we're also the people who have not actually even healed. So we're consistently going to another generation, telling the offsprings, I got a 4-year offspring, say, hey, don't do this, don't repeat this. But if we don't have no understanding of how we can be healed first individually, and how we can transfer that healing, how we can share that healing with our offsprings, how we can, you know, not just make them feel, you know, make us feel bad, but, you know, let us know that, hey, we have come to a point, we have forgiven ourselves for that reason, for whatever them accounts for them transaction were. But we also have a healthy communication with our ancestors, because we're going to need their guidance. We're going to need their advice. And they are all in different fields, along with the master guides, spirit guides, overall the brief great. I call it angel, high intellectual beings of the kingdom of heaven. And even the reference of the thought of the message of salvation, you know, I'm grateful for that message, because that kind of was a part of helping me on my spirituality. But it was, in a sense, to say, you know, it was constructed in a religion way where man use it for, for power. Where mankind used it for power, where it was turned in a way where it dismisses. So it's good to know your roots, and as a tree, it's good to know your roots. It's good to know your soul, SOIL/SOUL. It's good to know this information. It's good to want to go forward, practicing healthy, practical, virtuous values and principles and morals that could be good for the environment, good for yourself, good for your home, your homework, your temple, good for your connection and all that. So I'm still on this journey. I'm looking forward to sharing more and more insight with you all. And again, I don't want to praise no false ideas, but unto the Booty tribe, those whom are out there, if you're in America, USA, or even in UN, I'm just saying, I'm just one of the long descendants, either with many or with a few, who, however, there's much left reserved, the Most High, the life I've reserved of that tribe. And I said to the other tribes that are not necessarily part of the Booty tribe, but of another tribe, the Ifa, and stuff like that. I want to say unto you all, man, peace, peace, peace unto you all. And if you're in Georgia and Atlanta, I'm not going to say meet, let's connect, because I'm still going through my end, but whenever the moment will come, we will connect. I look forward to connect with you all. Until then, y'all have a wonderful, great day. And this is part of my healing. I'm not asking to be overall spiritual. It's just a beautiful shared experience I'm sharing with you all. And y'all have a wonderful night. Wonderful day. Sorry. Bye.